Ready? Go.
We can pick it up a little bit. We ain't really got to pick it up. We want to throw shots in the inside. Because a lot of fighters I see doing the pass, they're doing it like this. Their hands is not turning. So when you're on the pass, your hands must turn.
Jump! Jump! Jumping! There you go, jump! Come on! Come on, jump! Jump! There you go, jump! Come on!
As the highly anticipated showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta "Tank" Davis draws near, the atmosphere inside Davis's training camp has reached a fever pitch, especially after Floyd Mayweather made a surprise appearance to join him in an intense full-scale workout. The sight of Mayweather lacing up alongside his protégé sent ripples through the boxing world. Under Floyd's watchful eye, Tank pushed through a grueling session filled with blistering speed drills, sharp defensive movements, and relentless combinations.
Good.
There you go. Get that shot right there. Good, guys. Good. Time. Grab it. There you go.
Insiders close to the camp reveal that Mayweather has been meticulously teaching Davis the subtleties of combat that few fighters ever master. Every session revolves around mastering timing, balance, and exploiting the vulnerabilities of taller opponents, the kind Jake Paul represents. Floyd's lessons go beyond basic defense. He's schooling Davis on the rhythm of elite boxing: when to attack, when to counter, when to disappear from an opponent's sightline. Tank is practicing slick head movement, compact angles, and vicious inside power shots, the same strategies Mayweather used to dismantle larger fighters throughout his career. This isn't nostalgia, it's knowledge being transferred from one generation of precision to the next.
Okay, wow. You know what I'm saying? You can't just shoot it and then bring it back and be like this. You gotta throw some squat to it. If you do like this, you up for boom, boom. So you gotta do a squat. So right here, boom. Boom, pop, everything's short. You're still short. He see it, he pop, pop, pop. He'll see it, and pop, place it down there. Slide out, anyway.
Floyd Mayweather's name is synonymous with perfection, but his empire wasn't built on talent alone. It was built on discipline, work ethic, and the refusal to settle for good enough. That's the same philosophy now defining Gervonta Davis's camp. Under Mayweather's guidance, Tank's training is relentless. From morning conditioning to late-night sparring, every round has a purpose. Mayweather pushes him through timing drills, counter-punching sequences, and defensive reflex tests that mimic fight night chaos. The lessons are clear: control the ring, read the opponent, and punish mistakes instantly. These are the fundamentals that made Mayweather unbeatable, and he's ensuring Davis inherits every ounce of that sharpness before stepping into the ring with Jake Paul.
That's so above and beyond what other people do.
Even with him having $180 million guaranteed purse on Saturday night, he trains like he's broke. No joke. He trains like he don't have $1, like it's no tomorrow. And now I understand why you can put the cap on him and call him TBE.
The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, you know, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline. Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying, it looked like he was partying, he's drinking water, and then he would have his driver drive, and with his pants on, jeans on, he would jog.
For Davis, facing bigger, stronger sparring partners has always been part of his evolution. He believes growth happens only when you're uncomfortable, when you're up against those who can hurt you. Training with larger opponents forces him to refine his defense, sharpen his accuracy, and build power from his legs upward. It's a grueling process that demands constant focus, but it's also what forged his composure under fire. Through years of hard experience, Tank has learned how to stay calm under pressure, slip through chaos, and turn his opponent's size against them. Every punch he throws is calculated, a weapon designed to break down men who underestimate him.
Wake up. Do it to him. Put it on his ass.
Reports from within the camp describe a different kind of intensity. Davis is dismantling sparring partners who enter the ring believing their size gives them safety. Observers say that men with significant reach and weight advantages are being stunned, even dropped, by Tank's compact but devastating punches. One insider described a moment when a much bigger fighter was rocked so hard by a body shot that he stumbled into the ropes, gasping for air. But these sessions aren't designed for show. They're engineered stress tests, battle simulations meant to measure Davis's timing, endurance, and ability to generate power under extreme conditions. Every round is a test of survival for both Davis and those brave enough to face him in training.
Gervonta Davis knocked out heavyweight in brutal sparring session, and it just makes me think. You're willing to go spar with heavyweights, but you're not willing to go fight people that you should be fighting. You know what I mean? You're fighting Lamont Roach. His sparring partners was like, man, I was about to spar Tank. He was sparring this big boy, a heavyweight boy. And Tank hit him so hard, he was on the ropes like this, hanging. I thought he died. I was like, man, I hope you don't do this stuff to me. When Davis asked to confirm whether it was true, the WBA lightweight champion said, stuff be happening. Best not to get in there with me. That's it. This guy has all the skills in the world to knock out even heavyweights in sparring, and yet he won't fight Shakur Stevenson. He won't fight Teofimo Lopez. He won't fight anyone that he needs to fight to become great. He's fighting Frank Martin and Lamont Roach. You know what I mean? It's just truly crazy. But hey, it's his career. If he wants to just make money, the easiest money that he can without fighting the hardest company.
Across the country, Jake Paul is also leveling up his preparation. Determined to silence doubters, he's enlisted the help of Shakur Stevenson, one of boxing's most technical and intelligent southpaws. Together, they've built a camp focused not on size or strength, but on finesse and movement. Reports indicate that Paul shifted away from his bodybuilding frame, choosing instead to prioritize agility, timing, and fight IQ. Under Stevenson's guidance, he's practicing how to cut the ring, manage distance, and anticipate counterattacks from fast fighters like Davis. The goal is simple: mirror Tank's explosiveness and adaptability so he's not caught by surprise. It's a bold move, one that shows Paul is taking this matchup far more seriously than many anticipated.
Keeping me up at night.
Jake, how do you prepare for, like you said, a guy who is shorter than you? How do you find a sparring opponent to replicate something that obviously, there's nobody else out there that's Tank Davis? How do you prepare for a guy that's different stature-wise?
Yeah, no, we have world champions. Raymond Ford in the 130-pound weight class. We got Montana Lovin. Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week. So wow. Just sparring against guys on their level and people who have, been doing this their whole entire lives. But we're really focusing on speed. And not as much on power. I'm not doing as much like weightlifting and all of that stuff. I'm actually trying to lose some muscle so that I have less weight and so that my punches are coming off faster.
I know the answer to this question. Is there any kind of universe where you view just surviving this fight as a win?
For me, I never let myself go there. I'm a fierce competitor, and always need to have the W and come out on top. And also shock the world and even shock myself and show my.
Daniel Cormier, a respected voice in combat sports, weighed in with a sobering perspective. He believes Jake Paul's physical advantage overshadows the fight's sporting legitimacy. The size and weight disparity, he argues, don't just affect performance, they can impact stamina, power absorption, and even safety. While he acknowledges that the event will draw massive attention, Cormier warns that prioritizing spectacle over fair competition could harm boxing's integrity. To him, this matchup blurs the line between athleticism and entertainment, challenging how fans perceive what a real fight truly means.
90. Dean, that's bad. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that even he recognizes that he's too big for him.
Yes.
He recognizes that he's too big for him.
I'm wondering how this even came about. It can't be that Gervonta Davis needs money. That can't be the reason why
he's been a world champion so recently. How could he be broke?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he doing this for money? And then why and how is even Jake Paul doing this when no one respects it? Like, I can't think of anybody that respects this.
But Jake Paul has been able to carve out and make his own lane in boxing, and I've never seen anything like it, bro. He literally, I mean, we don't know what weight class he fights in any situation. We just don't know. He kind of makes his own rules.
He makes his own rules.
And it seems like people are playing by those rules. I remember a couple weeks ago, the WBC and Jose Sulaiman was very upset that he wasn't going to be able to put the belt on the winner at Canelo versus Crawford. That's the thing that's happened since the beginning of the time. Those guys are very powerful in boxing. But with Zuffa boxing, it was almost like that power was getting stripped away. They were very disappointed. But how can you take those sanctioning organizations seriously when they are sanctioning this?
That's my point. That's my point. That's why I think that this whole thing that we have, this boxing and this MMA argument and Zuffa getting into boxing, our argument is misplaced because things like this should not be happening. And the fact that boxing is allowing this to happen is an embarrassment to the sport.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I talked about this before. Like, I didn't know why they were fighting because, I mean, Gervonta Davis's last fight was at 100.
When asked who he wants Davis to face next, Tank's coach didn't hesitate. He wants the loudest critics to step up first. He mentioned names like Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, fighters who've publicly questioned Davis's skill and accomplishments. For the coach, this isn't just about revenge, it's about restoring respect. If they doubt Tank, he said, let them feel him. The statement reflects a deeper sentiment that Davis doesn't just fight opponents, he fights narratives. He's determined to remind everyone why experience, power, and precision still matter in an era driven by social media headlines.
To see you as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him, you're training him all the time, you know him, both y'all from the streets of Baltimore the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight?
I want him to get all of them that ran their mouth.
Give me the names. I need names, Calvin. I need names.
You already know. We went down, we're working on the big four. It was Garcia, that's the first one. Roma, I hope we get him soon. Shakur, he's going to get it. He know he's going to get it. It's just Bob is in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? Bob know what he's doing over there. You can't tell Bob how to run his game because he's like a vet at this. He's been doing it for so many years. That's going to happen. All the fights that we'll want, they have no choice. They're going to take the fight when it's time to take the fight. It's just right now.
Jeff Mayweather, one of boxing's most respected trainers, has voiced serious concern about the fight's fairness. He points directly to the weight gap, the very reason boxing established weight divisions. Jake Paul's naturally heavier frame, he argues, creates a physical imbalance that could compromise safety. Analysts agree that Paul's size and strength give him a tangible advantage. If his shots land clean, they could pose real danger to the smaller Davis. The discussion has become one of the most heated topics leading into the fight. Is this a true sporting contest or a test of survival? Many experts insist that while skill matters, physics cannot be ignored.
It's kind of weird because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank. And I mean, but with it being a exhibition, it makes sense. It's fine. He got a big name that he's going to be fighting. But I mean, it really makes no sense because he's going to be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's going to probably be weighing maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't even understand why the fight is happening.
It is happening. WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis, who's unbeaten in 31 professional contests, takes on the self-proclaimed problem child, Jake Paul, one of the most influential and marketable global personalities. Paul and Davis square off in Miami after doubts around the fight being sanctioned in Georgia triggered a change in venue. Neither fighter can weigh more than 195 pounds. The weight is perhaps the most surprising factor. Paul has boxed most of his career around 200 pounds, the cruiserweight limit, but did tip the scales at 227 pounds when he faced off against Iron Mike Tyson last year. Davis, much smaller in stature, competes at the 135 pound mark and has also won world honours at super featherweight.
And despite some discussions about possibly dropping down to 10 ounces, the pair seem set to wear 12-ounce gloves.
And in terms of distance, despite the exhibition tag, the fight will play out over 10 3-minute rounds with 3 scoring judges at ringside, but the result will not be officially recorded.
Boxing veteran Carl Froch didn't hold back his opinion on Jake Paul's career choices. He accused Paul of deliberately targeting smaller fighters to maintain a physical edge, calling the matchup with Davis a circus act disguised as sport. Froch questioned why Paul hasn't challenged naturally larger fighters, men like Anthony Joshua or legitimate heavyweights, instead of someone multiple divisions below him. To Froch, it's clear that Jake's strategy is driven by viral spectacle rather than competitive merit. His comments echo a growing frustration among traditionalists who believe the sport's authenticity is being eroded by influencer-driven fights. Boxing has rules for a reason, Froch said, and when size replaces skill, the line between entertainment and exploitation becomes dangerously thin.
That serious, he can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, stands up straight and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, there's just so much wrong. It's just everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like you put him in with someone his own size. It was a professional. It's a mismatch, and you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him. He's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level, and then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds.
Teofimo Lopez, however, offered a more pragmatic view. He believes boxing has always been a blend of business and competition. Not every fight needs to define legacy, he explained. Sometimes, it's about entertainment, exposure, and financial stability. Lopez supports Davis's decision to take the fight, seeing it as a smart business move that keeps both fighters in the public eye. He recognizes that in today's boxing climate, spectacle sells, and if handled right, it can also open new doors for traditional fighters to reach global audiences. While he respects purists' concerns, Lopez insists there's room for both business and legacy if fighters stay true to their craft.
And Jake, I really am, man. It's good for the sport in some way, you know.
So a heavyweight versus a lightweight.
Yeah.
You gotta fly hit me, yeah. A heavyweight versus a lightweight. How's this gonna work?
Hey, they make it work. It's an exhibition for a reason. So, you know, they know what they're doing. And, you know, shout out to Netflix and shout out to both of them, honestly. Like I said, I think a lot of people in the boxing world are kind of upset. I could care less. I think they're going to go out there and make their money. It falls on the number 8 for a reason. They're going to make a lot of money.
Have you got a prediction for that fight?
My prediction? A show.
Well, clearly it's a show, but when you've got a lot of people underestimating Jake Paul once again, but when you've got a heavyweight boxer who knows how to throw punches and knows the basics against a lightweight, it's quite a difference. I mean, have you sparred heavyweights before?
Yeah.
Competitive sparring in the ring?
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same, not at all. Definitely got to move. I've actually played around a few times, went through between their legs just to duck around. But yeah, because they're taller, you know. But I think for that competition, that fight, it reminds me a lot like The Big Show, and Floyd Mayweather when they fought in WrestleMania.
Yeah. And will that end the same way?
Possibly. Maybe some brass knuckles in there too.
Can you see Jake Paul knocking out Gervonta Davis?
It's boxing, man. And if it's a show like this...
Observers who've been tracking Davis's camp closely say they've never seen him this focused. Removed from distractions, his training has taken on an almost surgical precision. Every movement, from the way he transitions his guard to the snap of his punches, looks sharper, cleaner, and more deliberate. Trainers describe him as locked in, mentally and physically, with no wasted motion or ego. They say he's treating this fight not just as another bout, but as a statement about what boxing truly stands for. The implications go far beyond the ring. If Jake Paul wins, the sport may tilt toward entertainment-based matchups where popularity outweighs rankings. But if Davis wins convincingly, it could restore faith in the sport's traditional hierarchy where skill, discipline, and legacy still matter most.
The algorithm loves it, and both will watch. It's not just who wins, it's what wins. Will the entertainment value or the ring IQ come out on top? Because if Tank dominates, the meme dies. Jake Paul survives or hits it big, we see new rules are going to be written in real time. Me, you, maybe everyone at some point has been that bigger guy, thinking that I'll just bully him. Jab, slip, liver shot, sent me down real nicely. Size helped until it didn't. All I'm saying is, let's not dismiss something because it looks weird. Many fights get decided by the details. Feet before fists, timing before muscle, discipline before clout. Look, Tank wins if he stays Tank. He's built on patience, traps, explosive counters. That's hell for a tall guy who gets eager. Jake's...
So, as the date draws near, one question remains: will skill and experience prevail, or will size and strength prove too overwhelming? The world is watching, and the answer may shape the future of boxing itself. Drop your thoughts below. What do you believe will decide this fight?